health care more affordable for 30,000 Vermonters. With $1 billion, we could provide really important Title I funding, which helps rural and underserved schools in Vermont for 23 years. With $1 billion, we could provide $153,000 in relief for every single one of our 6,537 farms, who are all struggling. With $1 billion, we could provide a $12,000 small business loan, small businesses being really essential to Vermont, to all 82,000 Vermont small businesses. With $1 billion, we could restore the SNAP program for every Vermonter who has been kicked off nutrition assistance because of the Trump tax bill. 4,547 Vermonters have lost what we call 3 squares. Terrible.
Patriots, welcome back to the channel where we don't sugarcoat the truth and we fight for America first every single day. Today we're reacting to this pathetic Senate floor speech by Democrat Senator Peter Welch from Vermont. This guy is out here crying about President Trump wanting to rebuild the White House East Wing into a proper, secure, world-class ballroom, calling it a $1 billion ballroom, and acting like it's the biggest waste of taxpayer money in history. While Democrats spent trillions on Green New Deal fantasies, open borders, and funding wars overseas, one renovation project for the People's House has them losing their minds. Let me break this entire ridiculous rant down, give you my unfiltered take as a red-blooded right-wing patriot, and explain exactly why this outrage is pure hypocrisy and TDS, Trump derangement syndrome on steroids.
From Vermont.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, like citizens in Ohio, Vermonters like to work hard. They get up each day and face the day, and they don't fear hard work. They're glad to do that, to protect their families, to improve their community. But you know, they work hard, but they don't like paying for wasteful things. And right now, President Trump is demanding $1 billion to build an East Wing, which, by the way, is an East Wing that he destroyed, tore it down, and now he promised Americans that he would rebuild it. It would be through private contributions, but he's demanding really, the United States Congress to spend $1 billion to rebuild what he destroyed. Vermonters don't like that at all. It's been said, Mr. President, that a budget does reflect our shared values, not the personal preferences of any one individual, including the President of the United States. So let's just talk about some of the other ways $1 billion could be spent that would have a significant benefit to Vermonters who are working hard, who are paying their bills, and who care about their community. With $1 billion, we could extend the ACA premium tax credits that you and I worked on, by the way, to make health care more affordable for 30,000 Vermonters. With $1 billion, we could provide really important Title I funding, which helps rural and underserved schools in Vermont for 23 years. With $1 billion, we could provide $153,000 in relief for every single one of our 6,537 farms, who are all struggling. With $1 billion, we could provide a $12,000 small business loan, small businesses being really essential to Vermont, to all 82,000 Vermont small businesses. With $1 billion, we could restore the SNAP program for every Vermonter who has been kicked off nutrition assistance because of the Trump tax bill. 4,547 Vermonters have lost what we call 3 squares. Terrible. With $1 billion, we could fund the women, infant, and child benefits for Vermonters for 147 years. And with $1 billion, we could provide child care for every child under 5 in Vermont for 1.5 years. With $1 billion, we could fund the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, LIHEAP, in Vermont for 50 years. This vital program provides home heating and cooling aid for more than 26,000 Vermonters. With $1 billion, we could help provide $50,000 loans to 20,000 Vermonters who have been impacted by flooding or other natural disasters in the past 3 years. With $1 billion, we could support FEMA's Disaster Relief Fund, which is operating in immediate needs funding status, meaning everything's precarious. As I mentioned, Mr. Speaker, show me your values, and if you want to show me your values, show me your budget. This reconciliation budget bill, which adds billions of dollars to an already bloated ICE budget and CPB budget with absolutely no reforms and no oversight, and it gives hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially $1 billion, to President Trump's Ballroom, is a statement of values. This $1 billion won't help communities or families from Barre, Vermont to Biloxi, Mississippi. You know, I want to give just a straightforward, rhetoric-free reading of just a few headlines we saw this week alone. This is the world we're in, and it reflects how the administration is spending its time and resources. The Washington Post: millions are expected to lose Affordable Care Act coverage as costs spike. Associated Press: under congressional scrutiny, Blanche defends nearly $1.8 billion fund to pay Trump allies. The Washington Post: EPA wants to repeal limits on forever chemicals in drinking water. The Associated Press: Trump distorts recent revisions of scientific projections of global warming. The Washington Post: health worker shortage will worsen the federal loan limit. Notice: Trump's latest White House makeover includes a helipad. The New York Times: deported despite DACA. Dreamers face uncertainty under Trump. Mr. President, the President of the United States has been clear. He's choosing a go-it-alone approach on his ballroom. He wants to fund ICE and CPB on a partisan basis with none of the reforms so many Americans are demanding. And he's going to totally bypass regular order in any hope of a bipartisan budget. It's really a waste of taxpayer dollars. The folks that you represent and I represent who are willing to work hard, who are willing to pay their fair share, but really wonder, why are we spending $1 billion on a ballroom? Mr. President, I yield back.
Welch starts off talking about how hardworking Vermonters don't like wasteful things. Then he claims Trump destroyed the East Wing and is now demanding $1 billion to rebuild it. He lists off every possible socialist spending priority: ACA credits, Title I education, farm subsidies, SNAP benefits, child care, LIHEAP heating assistance, disaster relief, you name it. Welch says $1 billion could fund it for decades in Vermont. This is classic Democrat deflection. Instead of celebrating American strength and restoring dignity to the White House, they want to turn every penny into another government handout. Let's get one thing straight, patriots. The White House is not just any building. It is the symbol of American power and leadership on the world stage. World leaders visit the President of the United States. Dignitaries, diplomats, and allies need to be hosted in a place that reflects the greatest nation on earth, not some outdated, cramped, security nightmare from decades ago. President Trump didn't destroy the East Wing for fun. Reports show the structure needed major upgrades, especially for security after years of neglect and following serious threats. Modernizing it with proper facilities, advanced security, including potential underground levels, and a grand ballroom makes perfect sense. Previous presidents have renovated the White House. Truman rebuilt large parts after it nearly collapsed. Obama put in a basketball court and theater upgrades. But when Trump wants to build something grand and functional, suddenly it's a crime against humanity. Here's the real hypocrisy that makes my blood boil as a patriot. Democrats had zero problems spending hundreds of millions on ridiculous projects, flying private jets, or sending billions to Ukraine and other countries with little oversight. They cheered when Biden blew trillions on Build Back Better that built almost nothing. But God forbid we invest in the official residence of the president so he can host events securely without relying on expensive D.C. hotels that cost taxpayers a fortune anyway. Welch keeps repeating the taxpayer-funded ballroom line, but we've heard Trump and his teams say much of this is meant to be supported by private contributions from patriots who want to see America great again. Just like how Trump Tower and Mar-a-Lago were built with private money. Democrats love to scream, Mexico will pay for the wall, as a gotcha, yet they ignore that private donors stepped up for many Trump projects before. This isn't about a ballroom. This is about restoring the White House to its proper glory after years of decline under previous administrations. It's about security in an age of increasing threats from China, Iran, and radical terrorists. It's about having a venue where America can project strength instead of weakness. While Welch whines about spending on the White House, his party supported. Billions wasted on failed green energy scams. Massive payments to illegal immigrants and sanctuary cities. Endless foreign aid, with no accountability. Weaponized government agencies against American citizens. But fixing up the people's house? That's where they draw the line? Give me a break. President Trump is showing real leadership. He's a builder. He understands that symbols matter. A strong, beautiful, secure White House tells the world that America is back. We're not apologizing, we're not shrinking, and we're not living like a declining power. The left hates this because they prefer tearing down American greatness, not building it up. Patriots, this is exactly why we need strong conservative majorities in Congress to stop these ridiculous Democrat attacks and support President Trump's vision for a stronger, prouder America. The White House belongs to all of us. Making it the best it can be is not waste. It's respect for the office and for the country. What do you think? Is modernizing the White House a smart investment in American prestige and security, or should we keep it outdated while sending money overseas? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you're tired of Democrat hypocrisy, smash that like button, subscribe for more no-holds-barred America First commentary, and share this with every patriot you know. God bless President Donald J. Trump. God bless our military and law enforcement. And God bless the United States of America, the greatest country the world has ever known. I'll see you in the next video. Stay vigilant, stay strong, and keep fighting for America first.